Hey guys, it's Megan and I'm the owner of Wilder and Jean Co. And today's video is pretty fun. I am going to be showing you how to make my small classic ribbed pumpkin. And here it is. Let me get it better. I hope you put my tapestry nail down. I don't know why I'm holding that. Okay, here it is. It's very cute. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this today, and if you're interested, then just keep watching. A little preface before we get started. I'm going to tell you what you need, and then I am going to be telling you what you need, and then I will show you the video. I'll show you the video tutorial of me making the pumpkin with all the steps, and it's going to be just for the small size. And then at the very end I will hop back on and then tell you how to modify it for sizes mini to large. Once you have like the basics down, it's pretty simple to recreate for each of the other sizes. So yeah, here we go. All right, so for this you are going to need, I use the Wool Ease Thick and Quick, so it is a size 6 super bulky yarn. This one is in the shade Oatmeal. It's by Lion Brand. And so that's the yarn I use. You can use other bulky yarns with this pattern if you want, or, you know, size up to a bigger yarn or size down to a smaller yarn. I think this will work with all sorts of yarns as long as you adjust your hook size so that the holes aren't too big. You want to use an appropriate hook for your yarn so that there's no holes in it. Alright, so yes, the yarn is Wool Ease Thick and Quick in the shade Oatmeal. And then you are going to need a tapestry needle. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You are going to need an 8mm hook. This is a clover hook. It's my favorite. You are going to need a hot glue gun. You're going to need polyfill or some sort of fiber fill. You're going to need cinnamon sticks. And if you really want some fun, you can use a ribbon or yarn, or this is like a faux suede yarn, to tie around the stem when you're done. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, we are starting off with making a slip knot. So just wrap it around and pull the yarn through, and then tug on the working yard side to tighten it. And you're going to chain 13. So there is 13, and you're going to now skip the first chain and do half double crochets all the way down, so there should be 12 total. Alright, so at the end of each row you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to continue half double crochets across, but in the back loop only of your stitch. So you should see the V, and it's going to be in the back loop only. So you do half double crochets in the back loop only. All the way down there should be 12 half double crochets across. And you're just going to repeat that for the next row. Chain 1, turn your work, and do half double crochets in the back loop only. And this will continue for the rest of the pumpkin. You're going to do this until you have 14 rows total, and so it will look like 7 raised rows, but 14 times going back and forth. Alright, I'm going to complete the rest of the rows off camera, and I will see you back when I am all finished. Alright, and here is the finished rectangle of the body. You are going to now chain 1 and fold up your work. So there should be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the working tail to the left top and the starting tail on the bottom, right? And yeah, so I'm just gonna fold it with the working yarn in front and on the right, and you're gonna go through the back loop like we have been doing, so that when we turn it over it just looks continuous. So I'm going to chain 1, like I said, put your hook in the back loop, and then find the corresponding chain on the other side and complete a slip stitch, and then you're going to keep doing that all the way down. So back loop, get in the chain on the other side and slip stitch, and do that all the way across to close it. Alright, so now that that is done, you're going to chain 1 again, and then go ahead and put 1 single crochet per row all the way around the bottom. So there should be 2 every section as I'm doing. So 1 there, and then just 1 a little bit over. It should equal 14 once you get around back to the top. Alright, so now you're going to be finishing with a decrease around for a total of 7 stitches. I like to do an invisible decrease, so just put your hook through the 2 front loops of the next stitches and pull up a loop and yarn over and pull through 2. Alright, we are now ready to fasten off and cut a long tail for this size. I went about 2 to 3 feet. You need quite a bit of extra yarn. I would err on the longer side just so you don't run out. But yeah, and then you're going to take your tapestry needle and weave that in. Go ahead and then put it on the outer loops of all of the stitches and just close up the bottom. Once you're done weaving the tail around and pulling it tight to close, you're just going to tie a knot with the other tail and make sure that the hole is secure. So tie those two ends together. I do about 3 knots. You can do 3 or 4 just to make sure it is nice and tight. And then you are going to flip the pumpkin inside out, and this is actually the front of your pumpkin. So once you have that, I'm going to take that short tail and actually pull it through to the other side. This just gives an anchor point when we're all done to tie off the other string to, and I found this very helpful when securing the pumpkin at the end. And now for the fun part. Just kidding. It's all fun. But we're going to start filling it up. And I found with pumpkins that you really have to overfill them because of how they stretch. The ribbing in the pumpkin really expands. So don't be afraid to shove the polyfill down into the sides and really fill it up, because if you don't put enough stuffing in it, then when you go to finish the sides of it and sew it up, it kind of loses its shape. So make sure you're really stuffing the sides. And there we go. That looks good enough for me. And now I'm going to take the long tail and weave the top closed. And I just go into those raised rows all the way around, and that's easy for me. You could go in between the rows if you really wanted to, but I like to make things fast, you know, as fast as possible. We need to make things quick. So I'm just doing the raised rows all the way around and then finishing with the first row. Don't forget to go back into that first one you did. And pull it, and now you start to see the shape of the pumpkin. So we're going to go in between those raised rows and stick it through the center, and then pull through the top of your pumpkin and pull tight. The first little section I like to do a double one. I don't even know what to call it. I like to go through it twice because it helps secure it better and not lose the tension. So the first and the last one, I like to just do it twice, and then every other one I just pull it. I just do it once. So you'll see. Pull it through and really tighten it. You want to make it sure it's tight. And then do it again. You want to do it in the same spot at the bottom so that it's nice and clean. And then put up your tapestry needle through the center and pull snug. This yarn doesn't really snap on me, so don't be afraid to give it a little tug. You want to be careful if you're using blanket yarn or velvet though. But this wool yarn can be tugged pretty nicely, and it doesn't snap on you. So yeah, just go all the way around, pushing your tapestry needle through the middle of the bottom and pulling it up through the middle of the top, just as you go, and pull, pull, pull tight. And yeah, you might have to move that tail out of the way every so often, but yeah, just make sure that's out of the way as you're going. Don't let it get caught. Pull tight, and then here is the last little section, and you're gonna do 2 loops on this one, so it has a more secure tension on it. Alright, so since that was the last one, you're now going to find a little place to poke your needle through into the yarn. I do it close to the hole. And then you're going to bring out your tapestry needle at the same stitch that you took out the other tail at the bottom. So try to find the same exact stitch that you took the tail out of, pull the tail through, and you're going to knot those 2 together a few times just to secure the pumpkin from coming undone. Once you've tied it a few times, you're going to trim the tails short and use the tip of the scissors to poke into the body so that you don't see the knot anymore. The next step is finding the perfect cinnamon stick to glue into the top. So I got this bag from Amazon. Well, I didn't get this bag, but I got all the cinnamon sticks from Amazon and I put them in a Ziploc bag to hold. But as you can see, there's just different sizes, there's different swirls, there's different vibes, and so you just have to find one that kind of matches your pumpkin and the size of hole it has. And sometimes if the hole is really big, like on the large pumpkins, you can glue a few of the cinnamon sticks together to create the perfect size. But once you've found the cinnamon stick that you would like to use, go ahead and put some hot glue in the center hole, and then I also put a little glue on the end of the cinnamon stick before sticking it in. Another tip is if it's a super small pumpkin or one of the mini pumpkins, you can try to snap these cinnamon sticks in half, or use a scissor to kind of create a little indent where it's easy to snap in half, but you have to be careful doing that because I have definitely broken some cinnamon sticks doing that. But if you find the really small, thin cinnamon sticks in the bag, you can totally just snap those in half using your hands, and they work great. So now I am using my faux suede string here, ribbon, and tying a little bow. Makes it super cute, and then just trim off the ends when you're done. I will leave links to the cinnamon sticks and the ribbon below. Alright, hope you enjoyed that video. It was so fun for me to make. Now I'm going to tell you how to adjust the sizing. So for the mini, you're going to chain 8 and do 10 rows. For the small, you're going to chain 13 and do 14 rows. For the medium, you're going to chain 17 and do 18 rows. For the large, you're going to chain 21 and do 22 rows. And you're going to finish it the same. Single crochet around the bottom, decrease around, and then leave a long tail. And I do about, I would say 2 to 3 feet. Yeah, I probably would say I do like a 3-foot tail on each size. So gives you plenty of room to work with. For the large, you might even want to do bigger. That's it. If you have any more questions, let me know. I was going to put like a PDF on Etsy as like a easy to check thing and just put it on there for $1 or something, so you don't have to watch this video over and over again. So if you're interested in just downloading a PDF, I will try to put that together for you and get it all sorted out and on Etsy soon. My little guy's trying to put on his shoes by himself right now, so I have to go and I have to help him. But I hope you guys are having a great day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment. And I will catch you in our next video.